What's up, you guys? Welcome back to WIDEBODY Nation. This video is for literally everybody, whether you're in the car market or not, whether you have a $2,000 old beat up Prius or a $100,000, C8 Corvette or a Scat Pack, a Hellcat, whatever it is. This video is for you why you should consider selling or trading in your used vehicle, because I don't know if there's been a time where you could get a better value if you're going to sell or trade in a vehicle. I mean, we're talking lunatic values, on the moon values, whether you have a Corvette, whether you have a Scat Pack, whether you have a Honda Odyssey minivan, a Tesla, it does not matter. Used car prices are way up right now, and at the end of the video, I will kind of tell you exactly what I am doing, because I'm actually in the market right now for a truck, which there's certain ways to not get screwed still and also benefit from this market. So the last part of this intro is, a lot of you ask me, hey man, I messed up buying a car last month, last year, 5 years ago, and I made a horrible deal. I owe way more on the car than it's worth. Well, this just in, right now in the middle of 2021, you might actually be able to get out of that car for little to no negative equity. I mean, I guess I don't wish. It seems crazy, but the used car prices right now are insane. So let's go ahead and jump in. First of all, if you guys haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We will be doing our 5,000 subscriber giveaway for these Apple AirPods Pro in a couple of subscribers. I mean, we're pretty much there. Hit the like button while you're down there. Comment down below if you guys have a specific question on specific used prices for cars or anything you guys need addressed. Comment down below if you have actually traded in your car or sold your car for some sweet cheese, some sweet cash on top, because I know a lot of you guys are hitting me up. You're like, hey man, I love my car, but the money talks. So with that being said, let's go into why the car prices are so high right now and how you can, we'll do how you can get the best price for your used car, and then I'll tell you why these prices are so high, in case you guys got to go. Right now, we have a weird multi-variable situation where the new car supply is constricted like crazy. I'm sure if you guys have watched any of my videos, or if you just Google chip shortage 2021, all you gotta do, chip shortage. I'm not talking about Doritos, I'm talking about microchips and specifically semiconductors that are used to make those chips. The microchip shortage is causing automakers, electronics makers, anything from fridges to Scat Packs to cars to Teslas to iPhones. Everything is affected because everything has semiconductors, everything has microchips in it nowadays. Because the new car market is so constricted, I mean, all you have to do is look at your local car lot. Car lots that used to have hundreds or thousands of new cars, they couldn't sell them to save their life. Now there are no cars on the lot. They got a couple of cars here, a couple of cars there. Their used car area might or might not be full. Well, that is shifting a lot of demand because of the supply shortage. It's shifting a lot of demand to the used car market, whether you're talking lightly used, like certified pre-owned, or you're just talking, some people might have been in the market for a new Toyota Camry, but hey, at this point, now they're looking at a 5-year-old Toyota Camry. So that is one reason the semiconductor shortage affecting, it's pushing down supply, and demand is creeping way up for multiple reasons. It's kind of this ultimate force on prices in the upward direction because supply is constricted and demand has been raised. Now, demand has been raised because a couple of reasons. In 2021, demand is up because people are getting vaccinated, or people are just basically accepting risk. People are going back out into the world. And to go back out into the world, a lot of them need transportation. A lot of them need their own transportation. A lot of families, a lot of high schools are opening back up. High schoolers need cars. College people need cars. People are going back to work. People are traveling again. Maybe people don't want to be on airplanes because they don't want to be all claustrophobic, so they're going to go buy a minivan or a SUV to go travel with. So demand right now for cars is up. And a lot of people do technically have money, if not more money, than perhaps this time last year, because there was a lot of uncertainty this time last year. April, May last year, everybody was like big pause. Like, what the heck is going on? Need the information. Everyone's holding on to their savings, hopefully holding on to their jobs, potentially filing for unemployment and all the other government stimulus that was needed at the time. Well, now the uncertainty has definitely diminished regarding the pandemic. Other things are still uncertain, obviously. But people have received multiple stimulus checks. People have potentially received thousands of dollars of unemployment and maybe still aren't receiving that, potentially even making more money on unemployment than they were previously, which I'll make a whole different video on that and the pros and cons of that, but that's not a political statement on my part. I'm just saying that there are people, in fact, that are making more money by not working currently that maybe previously were working. That is a big problem going on right now. So, demand skyrocketing, supply going to the floor because just automakers cannot keep up with prices. So, with that being said, used car prices are on the moon. This is the up-to-date as of May. This is how much used car prices have inflated over this time last year. The average is 48%, with compact cars, mid-size cars, luxury cars, SUVs, and vans all in the low to mid-40s. Pickup trucks, though, 70% raise and year-over-year prices. 70% increase, 69.6% increase in prices. Now, if you are in the market for a pickup truck, I mean, you are, for a used pickup, you are going to pay an arm, a leg, maybe even 2 legs for that pickup truck. And same thing with the Scat Pack. I mean, Scat Packs, Hellcats, Corvettes right now, you might as well buy a used or just a certified pre-owned at this point because, a new or a certified pre-owned at this point because the prices are so high. And we can do videos on specific cars if you guys want, but this is my warning to you that used car prices are super high. I mean, my dad and my grandparents and they're all pretty financially conservative people. They're all pretty, they like to keep their cars for a long time. They basically buy a Toyota and then drive until the wheels fall off, they don't like to have car payments, that kind of thing. So they're a big fan of either buying a new car and driving it forever or buying a used car and not paying a lot for it. Well, I had to explain to them that right now, buying a used car is basically the same price almost as buying a new car, and you're then getting all the negatives of getting a used car as well. So, again, I'll do another video kind of on that kind of idiosyncrasy, if you will, that kind of irony of buying a used car is actually basically the same price. So, what are you going to do? Because right now, as you can see, we are experiencing this was the pandemic hit, and then boom, we skyrocketed. So we had the used car index right here. I'm probably covering it on you guys, I apologize, but mooning right there. All right, let's zoom out and then you guys can probably see. So what should you do? Well, regardless if you're selling your car or trading in your car, you should obviously, like we always say, shop around your trade-in. Don't just go to Carmax and be like, oh, okay, Carmax, cool. They're going to give me, let's say you're trading in a Nissan Altima that you bought a couple years ago and made a bad deal on. Let's say they're trying to give you $25,000 for it. I mean, maybe that's good, maybe it's not. But let's say you owe $30,000 on your 2018 Nissan Altima. You owe $30,000 on it, and you're like, oh wow, dealerships only like 4 months ago were trying to give me like $19,000, $20,000. Now Carmax wants to give you $25,000. Well, it depends on if you're in the market or not to also purchase a car, because a lot of times dealerships, well, right now dealerships will straight up buy your car from you. But if you're going to buy a car from them and move that metal, they are incentivized to even give you a better trade-in offer. Like, that's how I got such a good trade-in value for my 2018 Charger Daytona. Was, most dealerships were in the 20s. I got $33,000 for that car because I was like, hey, I'll order a Hellcat through you guys right now. And that time power dollars were up, so it was definitely beneficial. So shop around, check out Carmax, check out Vroom, check out Carvana. I have heard some crazy stories about Vroom and Carvana giving people stupid amounts of money for their used car. And they come and pick it up from your house too, and you don't have to buy a car from them. So keep in mind that also trading in your vehicle, not only is the dealership perhaps incentivized to give you a higher trade-in value than if you were just simply selling it to them, there are a lot of times, and this is not for everybody's situation, but in my car buying experience, and this is my opinion, this is not financial advice, there are usually tax savings involved with trading in a car. So, for instance, if you are, let's say you didn't have, well, it doesn't, a lot of times it doesn't matter if you have any equity in the car or not, but let's say you had a $20,000 trade-in value that you owed nothing on, and you had a $50,000 car you were buying. Your trade-in value of $20,000 would obviously subtract from the price of the car, and then you would only be paying taxes on the $30,000 difference between $20,000 and $50,000. So that is just a rough example with basically made up numbers, but I have had a lot of success. For instance, I have traded in 2 cars before that were worth more than the one Corvette, and I didn't have to pay taxes on that Corvette because I had 2 cars that I was trading in. One of them I had negative equity on too. So just keep that in mind. Trading in could save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, on top of also getting you potentially out of a negative equity situation or just getting you the most money for your trade-in. All right, so this video is kind of dragging on. I will wrap it up by saying this is kind of my what to do next in the car market, especially for those of you guys who are in need of a car. Whether you're going to trade in a car or sell your car, this doesn't really matter, but I'm going to kind of spin it all together here for you. So to wrap it up, if you are in the search for a car right now, not only should you be shopping around, for the car you want, whether it's a, F150, whether it's a Scat Pack, whether it's a Honda minivan. Obviously, you're shopping around. Generally speaking, I like to buy cars outside of the city, Nashville, Atlanta, New York City, all of those places generally have higher prices, generally speaking, okay? So if you live in a city, please expand your search radius at least 50 miles outside the city, if not 100, 200, 250, because you'll find that there are some dealerships just in the middle of nowhere that do actually have cars because the demand is not as high as in the cities because of the population density and other reasons, right? Shop around for the car you want, probably a new car at this point. One of the beauties of new cars right now is that they, as you guys know, they have a sticker price on the car, right? The beauty of the fact that 2021 models are already hitting lots is that, to my knowledge, manufacturers cannot change the sticker price of the car, even though inflation is up, even though the cost of goods is up, even though lumber, even though all these goods and even services and commodities are inflating right now. These auto manufacturers, they already slapped the table and said, hey, a Scat Pack WIDEBODY is going to cost $48,000 plus options, and that's what's on the window sticker. That can't really change. Now, a lot of you guys are going to be in the comments, well, the dealerships are putting on a addendum or a markup or straight up just like, hey, extra $5,000. It's an addendum, right? I'm not saying dealerships are not doing that. They are. But at least there is a line in the sand that you can say, okay, this car was $48,000. It says here on the sticker, and they're charging me $50,000. Okay, so $2,000 over 48,000. That's only about a 5% ish markup, rough math here, right? On a used car, there are so many more variables right now, and like I just showed you guys, I mean, these used car prices are through the roof right now, up 48% on average. And I would say, depends on, a lot of you guys like your cool cars, a lot of the flashy cars. Those are probably more towards pickup category than they are down towards the Honda Odyssey and your Prius category, if you know what I'm saying. So, I am honestly recommending people buy new cars right now. If you can find that dealership that's in the middle of nowhere, that's not going to overcharge you, that's just going to make you pay the sticker price minus any incentives, which, again, the incentives right now are not very cash heavy right now. Power dollars is way low right now. Cash off is way low. Interest rates, though, are still competitive. Right now, for a Hellcat, you're only getting $4,000 off, but you could get 0% for 72 months, which is unless you were already coming in with like a 1% interest rate or doing a big down payment, 0% for 72 or 84 or 60 months, 0%, much more lucrative 9 times out of 10 and twice on Sunday if we're being honest. So, shop around for the car that you want, find it, don't overpay in a city or at a dealership that's super popular. Also, shop around your trade-in. Make sure they are giving you, make sure that, when you get it valued, make sure that they know that you're open to either selling them the car or say, hey, if you want to sweeten the deal, I'll buy the car from you. And you don't necessarily have to bring your trade-in to the dealership. That's another thing. The dealerships always want you to come in the door. They'll say, hey, when can you come in so we can look at it? And it's like, okay, I would like to come in, but I also don't have I don't have 79 hours in a day for me to drive to Columbus, then to Atlanta, then to Marietta, then over to Savannah, then all these, because I search for cars all over the country, all over 500,000 mile radius. I can't just drive there for them to give me a crappy trade-in value, right? So do Carmax online, do Carvana, do Vroom, and work with the dealerships over the phone and over text. Send them the pictures, send them the VIN. They'll run the Carfax. They can give you a tentative offer, and if they're not willing to, then you might not want to work with that dealership. It's 2021. I've done almost all my car deals, basically 90% over the phone. So I just usually show up, either check in hand or doing dealer financing, whatever it is. Boom, boom, boom. Don't spend more than an hour or two at the dealership if you had it all set up. But there's no problem spending a whole day there. So I'm going to do a separate video on getting the best value for your trade-in, because I feel like now that it's 2021 and the used car prices are so crazy, I think I owe you guys another video, because I always get questions about people. They know what car they want, but they're stuck with some car that they got gypped into buying, salespeople, or maybe they just were uninformed. So right now, I would consider getting in the market to see what your car is worth. Maybe you're not even in the market and you just want to get some cash for your car. Not a bad time to do it. I would argue it's a great time to do it. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you are following us on Instagram at real_widebody_nation. That is where you kind of get the unedited, 15 to 30 second reels, clips, TikTok style stuff, just of day-to-day stuff with the C8 Corvette, with the Subaru S209, with some Mopar stuff. I just filmed a video yesterday on a Chrysler 300S with a V8 Hemi and a sunroof. So all that, if you follow us on Instagram at Real Wide Body Nation. I'll just pull it up for you guys right here. This is where you guys get all the unfiltered stuff. We got some CA content. We got the old 300S with the V8 here, so just come check it out. We got the titanium exhaust. I owe you guys a video on that, so check us out on Instagram. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, stay safe out there. You can expect a lot more videos coming out from me. I'm going to jump on and edit this 300 video right after this. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I will see you for the next video.